Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for NASDAQ and SPX price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. This is intraday. We're gonna start with NASDAQ on the 1 hour chart here. As you can see that the price for NASDAQ is still ranging around this blue box. It is very likely still to take the 1.618. We can see a very shallow 3 corrective wave here, and we see of course kind of continuation toward the upside, meaning of course that yes, the 1.61825k 380 is still very possible to be taken as a 1-2 here, 1 2 3 4 and a 5, and very possible even to turn these as double 1-2 internally. Can be a massive wave 3 4 5 4 5. Yes, it can be of course a possibility there for an open wave 3, of course, after a double 1-2 here, and continuation for higher prices. If we dive inside it on the 15-minute chart to read a little bit the price action here, actually where you are looking at 1 2 3 4 and a 5. This wave 5 can be of course very extended as a potential impulse here, and you have those 3 waves that we showed already on the 1 hour chart, and we see currently continuation toward the upside. However, because of course we took the high here as a confirmation for higher prices, well, of course it can still drop down, but it has confirmed a correction here, and that means of course 3 waves down, 3 waves up for expanding flat wave B, probably of course in case we don't continue for higher, and then dropping for wave C as a deeper correction, and then continuation later on for higher. Unless the price is gonna continue from now for higher prices, since the confirmation is taken, you might be of course continuing here as a potential 1-2. However, if we take here the fib levels taken from the wave 1 to the wave 2, we can see of course that there is no fib level taken for a wave 2 there. So very likely that this might be of course an expanding flat, guys. Okay, so we gotta be careful. It might still of course drop a little bit, and then of course showing an expanding flat and probably continuation for higher. However, in all case scenarios, the 1.618 therefore for me is still a very valid target there, and I'm still looking for it for NASDAQ. Yep, so these are currently the possibilities for NASDAQ. And by the way, if this correction is gonna hit the 0.23 here, which it might be also at the same time as a different scenario as a wave 4 1 2 3 4 and a 5, well, also is very, very likely. Therefore, yeah, can be of course 24k 950 or rounded, and then continuation as well towards the upside as different type of possibility here. But both are for higher prices. For SPX, it is almost the same. We got of course our 1.27, that's nice, of course, as a wave 3. This 1.618 is still always a possibility. We can see of course a very shallow correction here, and continuation and confirmation for potential higher prices. However, don't forget an ABC expanding flat still can unfold here, can take of course the 0.23 as a wave 4, and then continuation toward the upside. If we dive inside it as well on the 15-minute chart, we can see clearly that this is potentially your wave 1 2 and 3, probably wave 4 here, even wave 5 given. 3 ways down, 3 ways up, 1 2 3 4 5, can be a little bit deeper to reach of course the 0.23 here, and then continuation toward the upside from there. Currently the invalidation of course for the SPX is 6,660, and we don't have yet this price. The same for NASDAQ, your invalidation is 24k 500, and we don't have this price yet hit. So basically the trend is still continuing toward the upside sooner or later, whether we get a correction here for SPX and NASDAQ, and then of course we're gonna continue towards higher prices. Yep, so this is intraday for the US stock indexes. Stay tuned also for the news, of course, regarding the agreement with the peace agreement. If of course positive, we push higher. If negative, it's gonna be worse. We're gonna see, hopefully of course, that we go for a peace finally. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.